Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today we are not just looking at battle maps, we are looking at the ledgers of the global economy. Many are asking a valid question: why is the United States, a nation with nearly $40 trillion in debt, spending $1.5 billion a day on a conflict with Iran? The truth is not found in military strategy alone. It is found in the financial life support machine of the American economy, the petrodollar. With the hard numbers, in just the first 48 hours of Operation Epic Fury this month, the Pentagon burned through $5.6 billion in munition. To put that in perspective, the United States only manufactures about 100 Tomahawks missiles in a year, yet they have already dropped 800 such missiles. This is a war of attrition that the United States manufacturing base is not prepared for. But if the cost is so high, why not just walk away? Because for Washington, leaving is an economic death sentence. Since 1974, the world has operated on a single bargain. The Gulf states sell oil in US dollars, and in exchange, the United States provides a security umbrella. That is why there are military bases in the Gulf. Those petrodollars are then recycled back into American Treasury bonds, which allows the United States to fund its massive debt. But look at what is happening today on March 28, 2026. The trust is broken. The Gulf states are watching United States Israeli attacks on Iran and realizing the security umbrella cannot provide their own infrastructure from retaliatory drones. The rise of the petro-yuan reports this week show that non-dollar oil trades, primarily in yuan, now account for 20% of global volume. The bond crisis is there. If the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia or the UAE stop recycling their billions into United States Treasury, interest rates in America will skyrocket. The $40 trillion debt becomes unserviceable. That is not a recession, that is a collapse. There is talk of seizing Kharg Island, which handles 90% of Iran's oil. Military analysts confirm that Operation Epic Fury has targeted Kharg's defenses but avoided the terminals to prevent a global oil price spike, which potentially could move to $150 to $200 per barrel. Taking an island is easy for the United States Navy, but holding it against Iranian shore based swarming drones and missiles is a logistical nightmare that could indeed mirror the mission creep of Vietnam. Finally, look at the allies. Japan and South Korea are watching. If the US cannot handle a regional power like Iran, they will ask, can US really protect us from China? In Europe, the question is even simpler. Why are we destroying our economies for a proxy war in Ukraine if the US is retreating from the Middle East? The NATO alliance is fracturing in real time. Thus, we see this is not a military crisis disguised as a war. It is a financial crisis disguised as a war. America is trapped. It cannot negotiate because the terms withdrawal from the Middle East would end the dollar's reign. It cannot escalate without a forever war, and it cannot stay because it is bleeding $1 billion, more than $1 billion, $1.5 billion to be more accurate. It does not have. As a legal practitioner, I see this as a violation of the most basic rule of survival. Never enter a contract you cannot afford to exit. What do you think? Is the petrodollar reaching its final days? Let me know in the comments below. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to Law in Pakistan. Thank you for watching.